Twitch streamers are incredibly accessible, and as Twitch streamers are incredibly accessible, there is a lot of people that look at people like ourselves and go, well, this is like, just this dude is like me but rich. Why the fuck does he get to do this and I don't? You know what I mean? As opposed to like the status that they place like real celebrities at. Twitch app is crashing. I can't see your beautiful face. Her advice can't be worse than every man can be a 7, or it's like a muscle Hasan also. What? Okay, dude. Well, here's the thing. I actually have really good advice. And just because I've like bludgeoned you in the head with really good advice and you've internalized it at this point, so it sounds like a cliche or sounds stupid, doesn't change the reality that it's really solid advice, really sound advice that, as a matter of fact, every man should hear. A big chunk of the problem for young boys right now is that they're rudderless, that they don't actually have good male role models. People like myself would be able to fill that void if it wasn't for so many weirdos in the chat who are constantly using every opportunity to dookie it. You know, you're not banned for accidentally posting a link. You probably got timed out for a little bit. Okay. God, how did this happen? I was in such a good mood when I started, and instantly I insta-locked bad mood. Android chatters, download Dank Chat off of the Play Store. You can chat and watch the stream because Twitch app sucks ass. All right. I don't know why my alerts keep breaking. It's so annoying. Moo Dengist, thank you for the 5 gifted. Once again, gift subs are 35% off. You sound sick. Are you okay? I'm not. I'm not. I mean, I am okay, and I'm not sick. At least as far as I know, I'm not sick. I don't know how you even pick out the ridiculous chat with how fast this moves. I read everything. I try to read as much as I possibly can in the chat because I want to have a constant free flow communication, constant back and forth. You know what I mean? This is a dynamic environment. Things are happening all the time. I said Thoe Vaughn. Oh God, lame. Can't believe I did that. You look sick is like cool sick. I'm called HasanAbi as a slur on online video games now. I know the gaming sphere is so incredibly bad with its politics. Like a lot of gamers are out and about with like how horrible their worldview is. It's very, very sad. And most people don't actually have any sort of decipherable, discernible, tangible politics, but instead they just see it as like you know, oh, you don't like Hasan, that you're good. That's the only politics I care about. It's a catch-all for leftist, woke, socialist, social justice oriented politics and political opinions. All gamers should be forced to play Disco Elysium. I don't think there's a piece of media that will actually cause gamers to become smarter on politics. I'll be honest with you. Like, I've lost faith in that a long time ago. Twitter broke gamers' brains. Honestly, I hear a lot of Twitter talking points in game chats. Yeah. Twitter's impact. Scientists in the future, if there is a future at all, will study Twitter's impact on political discourse and how hard it bricked the brains of an entire generation and how quickly it basically brought back Gamergate to the forefront. I will simply say this. There's not a single person. I mean, there's no reason to relitigate this over and over again, but there's not a single person out there that actually despises everything I stand for that has consumed my content directly. They have consumed my content either indirectly with 17-second increments of clips, or they used to consume my content and they had a severe bout of anger when I said something that they disagreed with, that they internalized heavily, and they could not deal with that back and forth. And then that caused them tremendous resentment. What was once tremendous love and admiration turned into tremendous resentment and anger, and now they are super enemies. I also do think about this quite a bit from the perspective of, I try to convince my kid to watch it, but he says you're too old and bad at basketball. I said to him, wait, is that why you don't listen to me? He said, yes, thanks, Hasan. That's funny. I will also say this. Okay.
Am I dumb for thinking this is
the sphere that we're in? I know several people who stopped watching you because of your take on raised cookies. Raised cookies? You mean Pokemon? See, this is what I mean. People are playing like people are playing a game of telephone. My take on Pokey's cookies were, of course they're expensive. Every single content creator is doing a content creator tax. Your hyper focus on Pokemon's cookies is not because you I don't know. It's not. It has nothing to do with like anything serious. It's merch tax. People do it. I'm one of the few people that doesn't do it, ironically enough, and everybody yelled at me for it. Bro thinks Pokey is Kirkland. Yeah. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say is I think when content creators are incredibly accessible, Twitch streamers are incredibly accessible, and as Twitch streamers are incredibly accessible, there is a lot of people that look at people like ourselves and go, well, this is like just this dude is like me but rich. Why the fuck does he get to do this and I don't? You know what I mean? As opposed to like the status that they place like real celebrities at, celebrities with like actual talent, for example, you know, musicians and the like. And when you're at the tippy top of this industry, especially for an extended period of time, you're just gonna have a shitload of haters. Everyone's time comes inevitably. No one has actually stayed above no one, like there are very few content creators on the YouTube side or on the Twitch side especially that have basically maintained like a level of prominence and a level of steady love without any sort of haters whatsoever. I mean, people hate Ludwig, dude. Think about that. This man is a golden retriever. He is mathematically crafting takes that are the most like kind, empathetic, and inoffensive you can possibly be, right? And there are still people who despise this man. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is. Some examples I will give you of people who have don't have like a lot of haters would be Markiplier on the YouTube side, Germa on the Twitch side, Northern Line is another one, and maybe like Lyric, right? Like those are some of the few people that don't have like a lot of ridiculous haters. Queso, I think, is another great example of someone who really blew up and doesn't have any haters either, and it's fantastic. I'm glad. He doesn't deserve it. Like none of these people deserve haters. Okay, I don't think Ludwig deserves haters either, but he still gets them. Now, the example I'm going to use is this: Duke Dennis. Okay, Duke Dennis has, you know, he's just like a lifestyle content creator, right? And he blew up with Aura. Everybody was like, W Aura, W Aura, W Aura. And yeah, he's a cool guy, right? But eventually there comes a point where like people develop resentment towards that, right? People develop resentment towards that because then they're like, well, why the fuck does this guy have Aura? Like, I don't agree with this, right? And then once people reach a certain point, once they reach like maximum impact, then people start going, okay, well, we claimed you had Aura, now we don't think you have Aura. Now then like a bunch of bunch of contrarians come out of the woodwork, and I've been seeing like after years and years of Duke Dennis stocks exploding. I saw TikToks of people calling him Unk on the basketball court. I mean, he had 11 points in like 5 minutes. He was playing really well. You know what I mean? But people were saying he was flabby and then he was Unk because because they just didn't think he looked hot enough or some shit, which is crazy. There are Twitter posts about him comparing him to Hey Arnold, like saying he's not hot anymore. Like there's like he's still the same dude. He's still attractive, but now people have decided like, okay, your time in the spotlight as like the #1 Aura guy is going away. This doesn't mean that there aren't still people that are, you know, big time fans, and he will still be the Aura guy, but there will be a lot of haters for anybody, is my point. No matter how poppin' you are, no matter how good you try to be, there's always going to be people that hate you. It is what it is. There's not really anything you can do about this. Who is this DILF I don't know about? Did you hear about his drama about father and kids? Yeah, I don't really know. You're just saying this because you want max hottie status? No, I'm saying this because like from up until like the COVID era and maybe even into like the COVID era a little bit, I was the guy that people on Twitch would be like, that guy is the hot guy. He's the hot guy. And then what happened? Like, no one says that anymore. Everybody, people realize like, okay, he's not the hot guy. We hate him, actually. We hate him. He's old and he sucks, and we hate his politics, and we actually hate that he's hot. You know, it is what it is. It's just, it comes and goes in waves. And I guess like what you gotta think about is you can't, you know, you can't keep up that momentum forever, and you shouldn't let it hurt your feelings. Anyway, let's see what this is. Lovic checks Aspen goals chat during the Summer Game Fest.
Am I dumb for thinking this is not one of the most anticipated games of the year?
Coming later this year. From Embark Studios, here's the world premiere of the release date trailer for Arc
That's some bullshit. Is it? This is it? This is one of the most anticipated?
It is, yeah.
What happened to Marathon?
Will was saying this is like his. Will thinks this is the best game of the year.
Ochi Chiari.
Breathe.
Or maybe it's Oki
Let
Chiari.
your body settle into a slower rhythm. Here, you are in control.
Whoa,
Dude. Wait, hold up. Black female protagonists. Let's check Asmon's chat real quick.
DEI, here we go.
DEI trailer.
One of the funniest things I saw there, was him, like him being like, Miskiff did the same thing. I do it as well. One of my favorite things that I saw in that process was dudes who were like, I kind of like this game, but I don't know if this is DEI or not.
Oh, it's a DEI game.
Like, I've been doing this, right? But it is remarkable where there are people who are basically like, I don't know if I can like this game because like maybe it's DEI. It's like, bro, just play the goddamn game. Like, what a pathetic way to exist, you know? Are you okay? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, are you that, like, listen, as human beings, okay, one of the greatest parts of the human existence is like being able to consume art on your own, okay, and be entertained by it. You sit down, you watch a TV show, right? Maybe you go to a museum and look at a painting or something. Wait, what is Hasan the final boss? What the hell does that even mean? You sit at a table with your friends, you eat some food, right? You enjoy yourself. And it's odd to me that these guys basically became a significantly worse version of the SJWs that they used to yell about. Like, back at the peak of the SJW shit, I was always one of these guys that was like, I don't care what kind of art you consume, okay? I don't think that your cultural consumption and your content consumption or who you follow says anything about you, okay? There could be a million different reasons why people watch certain things or derive satisfaction and enjoyment out of certain things. And I used to get really annoyed when the left would do such things, right? That was a big part of how I built this community around like being able to have fun while also simultaneously not being a douchebag, right? Baba, onu bana verir misin? Ver. Ne yapıyorsun? Neler yaptın? Öyle verme dur. Okay, peki. Okay. Dur, tamam baba, boş ver, dur. Woke is coming back big time. These guys will come crawling back and make apology videos in no time. Tamam baba, verme baba. Baba. Oh, peki. Allah Allah. Hadi bye bye. My point is there were a lot of people who basically turned their understanding of politics into their only political activism into like yelling about whatever some content creator was saying or doing, or whatever movies you were watching that were bad movies, and you were only supposed to watch the good movies, right? That sort of stuff. And I always thought that was stupid. I thought that was stupid when the left was doing it, and I still think it's incredibly stupid and pathetic when the right is doing it, but I think it's especially stupid when the right is doing it because they're also doing it with like bad politics. And they're doing it in the aftermath of so much backlash towards the left doing it. They designed their whole political movement around, yelling at the SJWs for woke scolding them for whatever kind of content they were watching or enjoying. And then they became that. And it's so incredibly fucking stupid. It's so whiny. It's loser shit. It was loser shit when the SJWs were doing it, and it's loser shit now when the anti-SJWs are doing it. Just fucking enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, man. You don't need to make sure that it's like sufficiently right-wing, you know? I hate that. Why is this not? Why